Norway has been experiencing an increase in the number of beggars, foreign beggars that are coming into the country. To shed light into this issue, we're joined by Kari Gran, who is the chairperson of Kirkens Bymisjon. It is a church-based organization that helps the less fortunate in society. Welcome, Kari Gran. Nice to have you with us. Could you please briefly tell us what this organization does?
We are an NGO linked to the Norwegian Church. We work in different fields. We are social workers, as you said. And we work with the elderly, with women in prostitution, with people who is addicted to drug, with young people, and we work in a different kind of fields.
Yeah. Okay. As we know, the topic begging has been very debated upon in Norway. Where do these beggars come from, and why do they come to Norway?
Mostly they come from Romania. Some of them from Bulgaria, and a few also from Moldova. But Romania is the biggest. Most people come from there.
Norway's ban on begging was overturned in 2006 to divert or to help drug addicts from turning into crime. In your opinion, do you think the politicians might have made a mistake to allowing begging in the country?
No, I don't think so. And I think the reason that we can see also foreign beggars in Oslo now is a mix of the Schengen cooperation, or the economic crisis in many European countries, and of course of our good economic situation in Norway. So I think it's not so strange that people who live a hard life at home and who can't find work there, that they move to try to earn money in different ways. It's not so strange, I think.
Okay. The Norwegian police officials have claimed that the beggars who are in Norway are linked to mafia groups, and that the activities that they partake in are behind this organized crime. Do you agree with this?
The people we meet this place is people who is begging in the street, or is collecting bottles or playing music in streets and so. We have no reason to believe that this is organized group. This is mostly families who travel out from Romania because of the lack of opportunities to earn money at home, and they go out to earn money in different street activities here. So we have it's no reason for us to believe that this is organized crime. The part of it that we meet here. But of course we know that there are also people who is committing crimes who is moving around, of course. But I don't think that's the main or the most common thing.
Still on that topic, the police suspect that the beggars, especially Roman gypsies, are victims of human trafficking, and that letting them stay in Norway is harboring victims of human trafficking. Through your work, have you seen signs or hints that they have been trafficked?
Not if we are talking about the people who is begging, because of course we may have a few examples of that also, but that's not the most common thing. But the church city mission, or Kirkens Bymisjon, also work with people in prostitution, and there we can see human trafficking. And of course that's a very serious crime.
Yes.
And we of course we have to, if that's the thing, we have to figure it out and we have to help them.
Okay, and in what way do you help them?
In Norway we have rights for people who is who may be trafficked. But when it comes to the beggars, it's not. That's not the main thing. It's for people who is moving out to earn money, and they have decided to move out or to travel out themselves. That's the what we see most of.
Yeah, right. As I mentioned, politicians have been talking about the issue begging, and some of them want to forbid it here in Norway. Do you think this is a long-lasting solution?
No, because of course begging is not good for anyone. It's not, at least not good for the people who have to beg, and it doesn't. It is not a long-term solution, of course, but it helps here and now. It helps. Actually, they earn money, which they can use to buy food and to fix their houses and to have health care, and so for the people who is in lack of other opportunities now, of course begging helps. Otherwise they wouldn't do it, because it's not funny to beg, and it's not easy money. It's they or in the streets many hours to get small money. But it helps because the money gets bigger when you take them back to Romania.
But some of them have been in Norway for many years. So 5 years, 7 years, from what I've been reading. Is it helping them, uplifting them from poverty?
The people we meet haven't been. It's very special if they have been here for that long. But many have been here for 2-3 months. They're earning money here, who they bring back home to their family, and they live as long as the money lasts home in Romania, and then they come back to earn more money. So they're not allowed to stay for more than 3 months in one stay, and mostly they do not stay here longer than that. So I think it's special occasions if they have been here for many years. We doesn't meet people who want to live in Norway. They just want to earn money and go back because they have their families and their lives back home in Romania.
The Roman gypsies are a minority group that has been discriminated for a very long time, and we still see a lot of discrimination and stigmatization in these groups. Who do you think is responsible for this? Has their country failed them?
I think we all have, in a way, because now there is good plans in Europe, in many European countries, but in a way it's not so easy to follow them and to make the situation better for them. And when we can see that they are on the lowest range in all the welfare indicators like healthcare, education, employment, housing, then something is wrong and we have to do it better, I think.
Does this organization help into sensitizing people, making people aware that this minority group is one of the most discriminated in Europe? Do you help maybe Norwegians try to understand them?
We think it's important that we try to get information out to Norwegian people, because we are not used to see poverty who is who the state, the government, is not helping, because in Norway we have a pretty good welfare system, but the people who is not Norwegian cannot have anything from it. So to have poor people begging in the streets and asking for help is not so usual for us. So I think we need to learn more about the situation and why they are doing it.
As you mentioned earlier, gypsies have been discriminated. Recently, they have been given the right to acquire tax cards here in Norway, meaning that they can be able to find employment.
Yes.
Do you think this will help?
I think for some of them it may help, but mostly they don't have the right education. They can speak Norwegian, many of them can speak English, and as you say, they are very stigmatized people. So I'm afraid for most of them it doesn't help so much if we do not make special work for them. In Church City Mission we have employment for people who is addicted to drugs, where you can earn. You can meet up one day and you can work for 4 hours and you can get paid right then, and then you can yes. So I think that kind of work maybe it could work.
What about selling of magazines?
Yes, no, there is a new magazine. That's a good thing.
And you think that will help them try to help
Yeah,
them?
to earn money is to help, of course, because they need money. They have no income.
A lot of people might argue that begging is an important problem because of Romania being corrupt, not having proper welfare services, and that's why they're all coming to this country. Why not help them back in their country? Why help them here?
I think, of course, the most of the helping work have to be done back in Romania. But we don't work there. We work in Oslo, and when we find people in the streets of Oslo or they're coming to our place, we do help them here and now. But of course, the long-term situation have to be worked on back home in Romania. Yes.
And who should be involved? The politicians here in Norway, plus the politicians in Romania, who should take this duty?
I think the part we can do is to try to påvirke.
Influence.
We could try to influence, of course, but yeah, that's not. We work as social workers here in Oslo.
As you mentioned earlier, there has been a lot of other foreigners coming from other European countries due to the economic crisis in Europe. And some Spaniards have been coming to Oslo, to Norway, to find employment. Has this group been coming here to get some food?
Yes, and Church City Mission have different places. This is a place for people in the street, but we also have a place where people from south of Europe who is looking for work can come and eat for cheap money and to get information about the Norwegian system and so. And some of them do come here as well, but it's mostly people who sleep outside and who have really low bad situation who comes here.
And finally, what would you want to say to the politicians? What is the way forward?
I think we have to accept that this will be the situation for a while, and we have to make it a bit better to stay here. We need sanitarian system also for the people who do not have money, and we need a place to sleep inside when it's cold, and we need also a place to get information for this group.
When you talk about sanitation, a lot of people would wonder who should take responsibility to pay for this.
I think the city council should. The city of Oslo has to have. We don't have any public toilets in this city, or I think we have 3 or something, and that's not enough for us in a big city as Oslo. So I think they should do that.
So it's a problem that is far from being resolved.
Yes. I'm sorry, but it is. Yeah.
Well, I thank you very much for joining us. I wish you all the best in your work.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, while the politicians try to come together and work as a team to be able to solve this issue, it is organizations such as this that come to the rescue of people who are languishing in the streets. Elizabeth Kwaikai reporting for API in Oslo.